On this episode of China Uncensored. Oh no, I think it's something I ate. Hi, welcome back to China Uncensored. I'm your host, Chris Chappell. China has a reputation for fakery. Just take my favorite toy of all time, Robert Cop. Hey, he's the furniture of law enforcement. Now, while Robert Cop may be a bad knockoff, it's also hilarious. But you know what's not as hilarious? Knockoff foods that could kill you if you eat them. Or even worse, not kill you, but make you wish for the sweet release of death. Let's just say the Chinese Communist Party isn't putting enough effort into food safety. So if you've ever traveled to China, here's a list of 10 foods to watch out for. Number 10, fake eggs. Eggs are cheap, right? Well, fake eggs are even cheaper. According to state-run media, some suspiciously cheap eggs were actually fakes made from industrial chemicals. Look, you can't make a profit without breaking some fake eggs. This video claims to show how the fake eggs are made. A combination of resin, starch, coagulant, pigments, and sodium alginate make the egg white. The yolk is made with different resins and pigments, and voila, you have a fake egg. Once that's done, it's fit into a fake eggshell made of paraffin wax, gypsum powder, and calcium carbonate. All you need now is fake bacon. Number 9, fake rice. Rice is a staple Chinese food, but one particular kind of rice is extremely popular in China. It's called wuchang rice. It has a unique fragrance, and only about 800,000 tons are produced each year. But somehow, 10 million tons are sold each year. That means 92% of it is fake. Rice vendors mix a small amount of wuchang rice with cheaper brands and sell it at a markup. But what about the unique fragrance of wuchang rice? No problem. Just spray some rice-scented perfume on the fake wuchang rice. Who can tell the difference? There have even been rumors of rice vendors selling rice that's actually made of plastic. One Chinese Restaurant Association official warns that eating 3 bowls of plastic rice is the same as eating 1 vinyl bag. On the plus side, your body can't digest vinyl, so plastic rice fits in as part of your low-carb diet. And it probably tastes better than cauliflower rice. The plastic rice story has never been confirmed, but considering there are fake eggs, plastic rice might not be too far-fetched. Number 8. Fake pepper. This isn't anything to sneeze at. According to my favorite Chinese state-run media, the Global Times, the black pepper was being made out of mud. A dirty business. The white pepper was being made out of flour. What was the guy's defense? The vendor responsible told reporters that selling fake pepper was acceptable as the fake seasoning would not kill people. Well, in a country with fake eggs, yeah, I gotta give him that. Number 7. Fake beef. Now at first this one might not seem so bad compared to what we've just seen. Over 20,000 kilos of fake beef was seized by Chinese authorities after it was discovered it was actually pork. Well, that's not so bad, right? Unless you're Muslim and it's a deep violation of your faith. But at least the fake beef is still made out of real meat. Except, police say the confiscated meat had been treated with chemicals including paraffin wax and industrial salts to make it look like beef. Those are okay to eat, right? Well, in addition to the additives used to make this pork into beef, let's just hope they weren't using the same kind of pork found in China that somehow glows in the dark. I'm sure that's just from some heirloom glow-in-the-dark pigs. Number 6, fake walnuts. Looks like a real walnut, right? Well, it is a real walnut shell, but inside, rocks. Vendors would remove the nut meat and sell that separately. Then, they would fill up the shells with rocks or pieces of cement, glue them together, and sell that. Solving fake foods in China is a tough nut to crack. Number 5, fake wine. China has a massive fake wine problem. The Interprofessional Council of Bordeaux Wine estimates that 30,000 bottles of fake wine are sold per hour in China. Some estimate that 30% of all alcohol in China is counterfeit and 70% of wine is fake. And let's just say this fake wine won't get you drunk,
Some of the wines apparently don't have fermented grape juice, just sugar water mixed with chemicals.
But it might give you a really bad hangover.
Some experts were reported as saying the wine additives could cause headaches, irregular heartbeat, and cancer.
Wow, that's a rather extreme range of side effects. Almost makes me feel better about... Number 4, fake lamb. Like the fake beef, the fake lamb was made from real meat, just meat from rats. Pop quiz, which is lamb and which is rat? You can tell the difference by the fat. In the real lamb, the fat is actually attached, not just some weird, gross strip. 900 were arrested. That is 900 people. The rats weren't arrested, they were digested. In fact, in the first 5 months of 2013, authorities seized 20,000 tons of illegal meat products. To be fair, it wasn't all rat meat. Some was simply regular meat that was toxic or diseased. Number 3, fake tofu. I know, who in their right mind would eat tofu anyway? Well, here's one more reason not to touch the stuff. 100 metric tons of toxic tofu. The counterfeiters said they mixed the chemicals with water, salt, and MSG before steaming the mixture, packaging it, and giving it a brand name. And one of the chemical agents used is known to cause cancer. Number 2, fake duck blood. Oh no, not duck blood! Don't tell me they've turned this delicacy into something disgusting. In this report from my favorite state-run media, the Global Times, first they compare Chinese people to vampires. Now I know how Angela Baby keeps her skin so white. But the Global Times article also warns, watch out for fake blood. All sorts of harmful ingredients are added, including formaldehyde, which is toxic and damages the liver, kidneys, and nerves. And you don't want nerve damage, because you'll need a lot of nerve to eat coagulated cakes of animal blood. And finally, number 1, fake pork buns. This report from state-run CCTV revealed that some people were making delicious pork buns out of, marinated cardboard. The cardboard is soaked in caustic soda, a chemical base commonly used in manufacturing paper and soap. The longer it marinates, the better. The story got picked up by Western media and went viral. Chinese authorities were quick to act by arresting the reporter and claiming she made up the story for views. She was fined and sent to prison for a year. But while the cardboard pork buns may or may not have been a hoax, some inventive entrepreneurs came up with recycled pork buns instead. You know, you take some expired pork buns, freshen them up with a little flour and water, repackage them, and they're as good as new. So those are 10 fake Chinese foods that may kill you. Those who live by the yum, die by the yum. And before you go, now's the time on the show when I answer questions from fans who support China Uncensored on the crowdfunding website Patreon. This one comes from Arpanet at CERN. Hey Chris, do you think the US would ever implement AI facial recognition nationally like China? I'd like to think not. The United States government is still accountable to the people, and I don't think the people here would appreciate a proverbial Eye of Sauron spying on them at all times. However, China is exporting its surveillance and censorship technology to other countries. For example, Africa. Okay, technically Africa is a continent. I meant African countries. Turns out, most oppressive regimes enjoy money and power, and the Chinese Communist Party is more than happy to supply those things to them. There's also fears that China's social credit system, where citizens are given a ranking based on behavior, could be coming to the West as well. But you know what, Arpanet at CERN? I think you've given me a great idea for a full episode. So remember, if you'd like to have me answer your questions on the show, support China Uncensored with $1 or more per episode on Patreon. The show is funded by viewers like you. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about fake foods in China, and if you've ever encountered any while traveling there. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time. Hey, want the latest China news? Subscribe to China Uncensored and turn that notification bell on to make sure you find out when new episodes are out. We publish a brand new episode every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and sometimes Saturday. So check back frequently, because I've heard from many fans that YouTube won't notify you even if you have notifications on. I guess they don't like China Uncensored too much.